that was happened like under the administration of the 18th president of the U.S. government. And the mission statement of the museum was to collect, indigenous artifacts, coupled with other historical relevant for the purpose of research, educational, documentation, entertainment through display and exhibition. And in connection to that, the museum was divided, or is divided into 3 galleries. The ground floor is the ethnographic gallery, the first floor is the historical gallery, and the last floor is the contemporary art gallery. So this is the whole runner of the museum. As you dive into the display, these are the various floors of the gallery you're going to be visiting. So you are welcome.
Thank you.
So we would like to start from the first floor and then end up down because of the time factor. I hope you bear with me.
Oh, of course.
You are welcome. There are interesting photos that maybe when you are interested in knowing much, because of the time will just be running over, so we be able to capture it for you. Like one has done there, because portrait there, it has certain connotation. And explaining to us about how the country electoral process is. When there's electoral process is on, the masses gather together to vote in that electorate. With the accuracy that at the end of the day, the interest will be met, and then at the 11th hour, something change. And then when you look at it keenly, you see that the tears that are running from the mass, and you see the mass of the people. So that's the interpretation of the action. And the country, Liberia, is attached with the various tribes, 16 tribal people that makes up the country. Because the country is big. So these are the representation of these 16 tribal people in Liberia. So this is. Don't move on, please. You mind to ask the question to me, which put us next and go through. Okay. This is a photograph of the Firestone arrangement and the plantation, the activity plantation. Within that plantation, this is just a sample of those activities and how the deed and contract was signed, whatsoever is connected to that information. And then when we approach these showcases, we have kind of Ebola, children are affected, thousands and hundreds and thousands of people. So these are photographs to show you how destructive they were and how people got killed and what have you. And coupled with the COVID. The COVID has its own documentation here, telling you how people bilateral the agreement were made to see the way that people get sick through the medication and what have you, and who were involved in the process. These are all the documentation that you see in the showcase. Okay, then we turn to our right, and what we see here is that first of a kind to have the historical artifacts that was on the island, the cross of the water out, of time, where the people from the Barbados settled, they call it cross of the. These are artifacts that were excavated, a year ago through a researcher, from the States, by the Margaret, and also involved into the process, while we're here, the director here involved with the process, and to the field in there. And more interestingly, we have one of our large cotton tree that lived hundreds and hundreds of years ago before the coming of the pioneers, fell on 2 years ago on a Friday, Easter Friday. And then under that tree had a deposit of artifact we never knew until the researcher migrated came, and we went through the field and we got to know that a lot of discovery were there. And so the research was done, and then from that, the excavation, the result is down here, where you see that for this place. First of the kind to be, so we see such a artifact. Okay. Then interestingly on the wall where you see a lot of ladies, and the symbol of these ladies was they are women who worked hard to see to it that the country be transformed. And when you look keenly into that photo, you see two gentlemen. Okay, top man, see top man clearly here. Yeah. Okay, and then Joia. The reason why, according to their own story, the catalog, Tubman was that he brought the open door for women, to have equal representation, to vote, because before then they never had the opportunity. And then what Joy, according to his own definition, is a feminist. So he loved women participation, according to his regime, in fully participating in government. Wow. Okay. Well, that's good. Okay, sorry. Okay, look. Good, thank you. Then, for that and lastly, this last canopy chair belongs to the 8th president we just talked about, his administration, he's doing established. And he was a grandmaster in the Masonic. So when he passed on in 1971, at the end of the day, because every grandmaster had their own chair, carved chair. So his time was over, so the chair was then let out, and where he landed was in the museum for the study of the grandmaster chair. So this is the grandmaster chair was hit in front of him. Okay, so we'll quickly move back there. This is the kind of friendship between the former president, Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana, and Liberia's former, president of Ghana. Composition. Wow. Then here is one of the interesting information is from the U.S. and the Congress. Yes, this is a kind of deed and contract that was signed, between America and Liberia, on the trade, not the difference of trade, in 1862. So copy of it was brought in here 2 years ago for our information.
So you said 1862?
Yes.
So during the U.S. Civil War.
Yeah. So it came from there into us. It was donated by the embassy.
Yeah. It was reflected there.
Okay. So move on. Here, this is the party this is the party that ran Liberia for already so many years. These are the presidents, and most of them came from America and settled here, and they were head of state of the nation, and then they changed gradually from Tubman to the Barclay, Tubman, and that was the blue, and then continue on walk. Okay? And here, this showcase is about the important showcase. It's like, here is a Liberian man who left from here in the 20 to 25 and went to the States. And he served in all capacities of the, military. And then 2 years ago, he visited here. He said, I'm a crew origin from Liberia. So, all that I did in the diaspora, I want such a thing to be placed in the business. So, we work on it, and then we work on it, and up to present, we stay working together. And he stayed in contact with us, and he takes to do more. To remember his roots.
Very good.
And the next one is me. Yeah. Anyway, don't mind me. Don't mind me.
I can remember that from my music.
No. So I came to this institution when I did private school. When I got here, I was curious of, educating my life, because Bizu is the one that actually brought me right from, my high school education. When I got here, I started to go through training, Ghana. Yeah, you can see the certificates from Italy, America, China, and so on. So not to bore you up, it's just a tip I just gave you, but you can see it.
It's important.
Yeah, very good. And continue on is a retired general, part of his You know, it's displayed like you see. He got so many here, but these are some that we try to, you know, preserve for him. So anytime he comes, you see it, sometimes he sends the boy around from his end, you can see what he has done to from Liberia. We are proud of him. Okay? Then we have the colonization, the steps in which, the administration of Kerry is working with Liberia, in missionary work and what he did and how he did it, what year. So this is the information towards that. You know how he's also came from that end. That's all. So, how much did I do? God, time me, I think.
We need to see the vehicles.
Okay, yeah, it's downstairs. Okay, since we move on. Open the gift shop, please. We're heading the gift shop. Open the gift shop. Yeah. Close the door. Oh, sorry, a little bit of reading, I know. These are presidential motorcades. President all of them are university. I don't know how they did the selection. Yeah. This one is the motorcade of the 80th President William V. S. Tubman. Yeah. That was it. Yeah. And there's a plan. Quite long. You can see what's on the perspective. And this center one is belongs to Charles Taylor. Charles Duncan Taylor. When sophisticated, don't put. And this one belongs to some of your kind of door that the J had it. The Aurora, just few weeks. But they have sort of one more. This was a national piece of white rally. And not as sophisticated as this, because during his time was a different kind of administration. So the focus was different, and administration also change, in sophistication. So this is where, yeah. But then we get back again to what
Yeah.
Okay, can we go to the gift shop first and come around? I thought you want to say gift shop? Yeah, that's good. I think it's this is yeah, and just close English. Okay, let me just go to this. We have people coming here in the 60s of the president, somebody is coming. What they did was the good work they did, with the locals, so usually when they come, they go in a rural setting, they're supposed to go to some level of education. So when they're leaving, they give them a whole lot of gates. And sometimes they don't have the meaning of those gates, but for respect to they receive it and carry it. But later on, it's going to return it. So these are some of those that are going to return. And we're hoping and planning that we'll have a bigger exhibition for them to come, so we can have lunch in the natural space future. Okay. Hey, are you ready? Set it. Traditionally we have the way of explaining ourselves, through the performance. to dance. And also the artifact or the object or the other speak on the knife blade. So you see our animals, symbol of our animals, the life, sometimes we carve it into the art object. So these are, and it's a gift shop where we live in, and you take something to remember that. Or sometime in the gift shop. So this is the gift shop. They take a glance. Painting, little painting about our lives, planning, make sure that we don't use, granular and stuff. That's the good granular, right?
These are the counties?
Yes, these are the kind of
Which county are we in?
Okay, we are in Monrovia. We are right here. Yeah, it's small. You can on sides. Yeah. So you got a bigger one, smaller one. So like a passport stuff where you can just slip into the envelope of the guy. So they get it away and place it in the table and just store it and the 1,000 ring up in library and back home. Okay, yeah. And interestingly, we have something that represents us. Please, can we shape this page? As you can see, we have a way of, yes, I'm coming to that. Yeah, we really, that's good. To get to this, so this is the kind of methodology, right? We take this side. This is the kind of machine, traditional machine, waving machine that put this, kind of material together, like straight form, and then after the strip, you put it into the cloth form like this, like wrapper form. Then next is that you sew your gun. Oh, the booba, you can see for lady. Yeah, you get the gun. So this is kind of a revolution. The process in which the whole, making of the country cloth goes through. And then, now leaving the material. We talk about, there are two, get enough please to this for now. We have two kinds of cotton. We got a narrow cotton that's evolved from the wide cotton that just grow on its own. And we have the rough one, which is the domestic cotton that you do plant. And then these are the two different kinds of material you put together and make two different kinds of, garment. This is the process. Yeah. So this is kind of a revolution. This is.
Gabe will get one of those. But I have one.
No. You should wear it sometime.
I should have brought it.
I know. Then we take a picture. Maybe I thought we get my own to take a photo together. Oh really?
They will let us know.
Okay, then I think it would be better that you have another one to what you already got. Yeah. Okay, we'll just rumble through because of time, I believe. We have everything very unique. And this section that we're in is this is kind of musical section, that the flute, that you'll be surprised that we also use the turtle shell for sound making. So you can see the turtle shells, and then from there you see the bees. The bees also make, when they're around the bowl, make sound. And these are just some sample of it. But there are more to this. When we talk about musical, the classification of musical instruments, there are a lot to explain. If we start, and I beg we won't leave for today. But however, we leave it just like that. And then we have two kinds of traditional bush food or education. So we call it Sandy for girls and the Pura for boys. So there, the very unique thing that takes place with the who I cannot explain because you gotta be part of that fertility thing, what I will just highlight. Okay. There you see the shape of the spoon, wooden spoon. And it's very important because there's a breaking or graduation period of the time. So when that period occurs, these food are then used. And how they are used is that they are served with cola nuts and raw rice. Yes, to welcome the young graduate into town. And then a lot of research goes on, I'm sorry to say it, but I have to say it, but fortunately, there's some young guys who sitting back and some of their wives, young girls coming from the conclusion, making selection, communication. So those two also go. Yeah, so that is part of the business.
Very well practiced.
Yeah, practice. Yeah. Okay. Then, for us, before communication came to being, we have our own way of signing out in a kind of way, the medium in which, they drop a beating. And the medium they were beaten, not just by anyone, but a noble character. Yes, because it was a shrine. So it didn't, but who just get there and it just beat it. So people were trained to beat it in such a way, like the way you came in, or in whom they did in mind. Village or so, and I got to know they coming, I prepared for you. They are signed up to the local village that, we got somebody important coming, we signed it away, but they got it together, and then the information is given to receive it. So before then, this is what it means of journalism, getting the people through sound, the way we play, and we trained to it, so we just got it together, under the heart of the chief, and just release the information and receive the guests. So it came from the background of one of our travel group being Bassa. And the vernacular or local language name is Tuba, Tuba, which means drum. Yes, some kind of drum. So if you are a journalist, you can make friends with this, because this is the way in which our journalists started, by communicating through drums. Yeah. Then they know it came through time prior, and then with microphone and through technology, things back up. Okay. Okay, so we're wrapping up now. Just therefore through our march and our masquerade, and the different connotation of this march. Some there for entertainment, ordinarily they appear every time. There are some that they appear on occasion. When they have maybe a gathering like for graduation, they do appear, and then when also there's a dispute. The masks, those are one that's very secret and sometimes appear once in a blue moon. And when it comes to celebrity, when villages and villagers or town to town are making some confusion or whatsoever, it comes in and neutralizes and stuff. So that's it. And I'd like to leave this one up very important. This is the reservoir, because it also we call it a lead zone or any house where you don't have a kitchen. You have to hold yourself a problem. Why I don't have a kitchen? Because your kitchen shares the stomach. So traditionally, this is our kitchen, our traditional kitchen. So this, the whole mechanism that goes on in the kitchen, this is what we try to display. So you see the pot on fire, heated, and then scientifically, the dry is on there, and the heat is going on. If you have maybe fresh meat, fresh fruits, that have to heat it up and then preserve it. So that's the whole mechanism that goes on in our traditional kitchen. And lastly, I think, if you won't mind, here is a very nice place to rendezvous. When the older folks, from the village time, work over the hard day, this is the place they cast it for the secret. It's here release here. So the older folks, so the older thing they do here, people talk play their games, and people get a line by chair and they lay by, just conversation goes on, and in the end, just put the people to the end, and at the end of the day, the research. So, I think, not to worry, if you don't mind, I think, if you'd like to stop here, give us time. Well, do we have time?
We have about 6 or 7 more minutes.
Okay.
Because I needed you to focus on the American historical facts.
For the Constitution, right?
Oh yeah, the Constitution.
But I already showed them the Treaty of Trade and Religion in the class, so it's connected to Constitution. You saw it, right? Yeah. So I think it's different. Yeah, so I think it's different.
No, you put 200 years in about 20 minutes.
No, don't worry. This is a job we train for, and we are already.
No, very well trained.
So that's, yeah.
That's right. They are working.
Yeah, so.
Well, we wish you more and more growth of this particular museum, and so you can get more artifacts.
To let it out, I'm no longer retired. Yeah. Just go there. I don't know. This is all here.
You're having fun.
Yeah,
You're having too much fun today.
I don't want to discuss it here because that's another, story to discuss. But if you like, we'll discuss it on another device. So that's it. But I have to take my position to maybe you call upon me sometime later, right? But I think my minister is there. She know how to connect at all times.
Very pleased with
He
me.
just got retired,
Yeah.
And the CSA, I did appeal with that one. They said He has reached the age limit. So now we have a
He's a young man.
consultation, to see if he can serve as a consultant. Because he has a wealth of knowledge, that we can't easily replace. And we're hoping that, that can happen. I myself, I'm from Liberia, but I lived in the U.S. 2 decades in Potomac, Maryland.
In Potomac, Maryland.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm glad to welcome you. I know that you all have millions of Liberians in your constituency, and this is a challenging time for them.
Yes.
And every time they call us, what you guys doing, what you guys saying, and now that people just get to know that you guys are here, everybody's bombarding us. You guys have to say something. So, we are all the same people. I tell people we are all the same people.
No, we are.
Yeah,
We have to work together.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Deputy Minister. I think we do need to get moving pretty soon to get to the church. So really
Okay.
appreciate the time.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you so
All right.
much.
Thank you.
See you guys.
All right.
Yeah.